strictly no.
Sawa. So there's something called the social contract theory. I'm going to get a little bit philosophical before I drive my point because I love that approach.
So, do you?
So the social contract theory, it states that the society in general, the people have their own power. This is actually the driving force to establishing democracy. So the social contract theory states that the people do have the power, but they elect particular people that they deem fit to handle their resources. That includes military power and economic power to handle it for them and to lead them towards a certain direction. They enable those people to lead them in return for them to steer them to the right place, the place where they can prosper and flourish and all that. So the point is, for a state to be complete, it has to have economic power and military power. Military power draws all the force back, even to the little policeman, as we can say. But we can't say him little because kuna authority anapewa na constitution and his uniform. Yeah? So that's the social contract theory. But then there's a philosopher called Thomas Hobbes. He says that men are wicked. Men have the ability to become savages, like animals where they are selfish. They can turn themselves on another person. Men have that capability. And by men, I mean in general, both female and male. So sometimes when you get this power, it can get over your head as a natural man. And you lose yourself to what it brings and what it offers. So just as you have said, one thing that has truly corrupted us, not only to the police, not only to the judicial system, even to the very way we trade, to the very way we interact and handle each other, is influenced by the colonial patterns and how they are.
In short, you're saying they just placed a seed for the savagery in us.
Yeah.
Continue, sorry.
So even when you check earlier, beginning of time, the pre-colonial approach to how they came in and they took control, just as you said about chiefs, and they have come and used the chiefs against us. You know, even the chiefs standing on us is not something new. That's the nature of man. Man is bound to do that. Man is bound to turn on themselves, turn on the other person, right? Because there is this little power that they presume has been given to them by the colonialists. And it can be felt by three things: loyalty, fear, and the need to impress. The need to impress the colonial master. When you talk about the need to impress the colonial master, is where you're thinking about long-term goals. Like, if I do this, if I'm the chief who brings the highest tax, who offers solutions, who ensures, by the way, my people from Sijui Watka village, they don't disturb the whites. As we are here, if we're told to go, I get people to go. But as long as the master is okay, I'm good. He'll promote me. I'll get a kacheo. That's the need to impress. And then there's fear.
So this is something that is in everyone.
Yeah. So when you look at how the colonial masters did it, it can be filled by these three things. So the need for the African man to impress the whites. And you can see it even today. There are some people who still view the whites as the solution, still view them as the long-term effect to Africa being great. Need to impress. That comes from a deep place. But anyway, I'm not a psychologist.
So you said inner savagery, they need to impress. Continue.
Then fear, where the colonial master threatens you. And you're like, I'll do it. Don't touch my family. Don't do anything to me. I'll do it. And this is comes through threat. From the other party, now that is the colonial master. So somebody will be forced to do what they want because of threats. Number 3, loyalty, where you don't want any gain. And most times, if you want to know somebody is a great leader, they carry something called charisma. Charisma is what builds loyalty. Charisma is what tells somebody, by the way, if my leader is shut down, I'm shut down as well. A perfect example that we can say is a charismatic leader is Raila Odinga.
Okay. Is he really?
Charismatic leader. Being charismatic doesn't mean you're a good person. It just you know how to influence people. And that's what builds or drives leadership. Because when people say leadership, they think it's management. They think that you have to control. But control is management. That's not leadership. Leadership is the power to influence. Power to have people drive on your sake towards a particular vision. So I can say Raila Odinga is a charismatic leader. Saye Itale, even as old as he is right now, and the controversies that has gone on with his involvement, even with the current president and other presidents, is just that he was riding along as the opposition leader in front of our eyes. But I'm not going to go there. It's purported to
It's alleged.
It's alleged.
Alleged.
It's allegedly said that he's involved with other presidents, like he's dishing out with presidents. Ni saa ndio imejianika, but he has been doing that from the get-go.
That's.
But right now, if he calls a meeting in Nyayo Stadium, right now, I am 100% sure more than 10,000 Kenyans will show up.
Really?
That's a charismatic leader. You have the power to influence. Let me show you another controversial leader who is charismatic. Hitler. Hitler is a charismatic leader. So the need for loyalty is driven towards that element of charisma from the leader. Where you are not looking to gain anything. You're just happy to impress the person. You know, when impress comes, there's a goal you have towards it for yourself, which is selfish. But when it's driven towards loyalty, even if you'll be shut down, you're just loyal to this person. Because this person has influenced you by what? Their charisma. And when you check till to date, these 3 things.
Actually, is it 4 or 5 things? Because you said, what is it called? Inner savagery, impression, loyalty, and charisma.
Loyalty is part of charisma, but so 4 things is what drives down to who we elect, drives down to who gets what seat or what position, drives down to how the police handle themselves, because you can refuse. We have perfect examples of, yes, we know the police can be used terribly and the military can be used terribly to afflict even their own people. But I have a good example of how the military can be used to influence change, good change. The 1982 coup in Kenya. But it failed, the attempted coup.
The one that was actually done with, is it the Navy or the Air Force? It's the Air Force.
It was the Air Force or the Navy? The Air Force.
The Air Force, yeah.
Hezekiah.
The Air Force are usually not
Captain Hezekiah. Hezekiah.
Yes, so it's...
The attempted coup. They were like, we are tired of this regime. We are being oppressed. We can't express ourselves. Kenya's economy is failing.
And indeed it was.
It was failing at that time.
Sadly, what was actually also happening, let me touch kidogo on that.
Yeah.
Was there was a lot of poaching that was actually spearheaded by the government.
Yeah.
There was a lot of ivory that was actually exported to outside countries.
Yeah.
Specifically, the people actually gaining were allegedly, let me use that, but we all know who.
Yeah.
It's Mama Ngina.
Yeah.
And this other Mbiu, is it Mbiu Koinange? Was allegedly
Mbiu
Koinange was the right-hand man of Kenyatta or something.
Yeah.
And other influential people who had the president in their pocket.
Yeah.
Those are actually the people who actually benefited really from the ivory exportation and all that.
Yeah.
And I think, now I get it, I think hearing that story without context, you'll have been like, and I think that's the other part that we usually so much attacked on, ignorance. Hearing that story, because when I heard that story when I was like maybe in high school or something, I was like, why will they do that? Like, why will they go on ahead and do this?
And try
because
such
the story
a
that's
crazy
such a crazy
thing.
attempt. Because as a normal human being, the stories that are actually being told are what? It's like, oh, the president was good, the first president was good, oh, he had the best interest. But in real sense, that was a narrative that actually was spearheaded.
Was being pushed by the so-called loyalists.
Right. Or the rather also this political elite.
Yep.
In the country. Yep. Sorry, Mavo. I'm sorry, I'm going ahead. But it makes sense why the military. You're actually saying this statement on the military can actually be used to spearhead good change.
Even we can see a good example outside Kenya. What's currently happening right now in Burkina Faso. He's been fought off by people saying that he's influencing his country. He's stealing from his country. He's a dictator. Yeah. And since he took over through his coup and became the now president of Burkina Faso, Burkina is going so fast.
Yeah, for sure.
Launched its own car, started its own trade of gold.
Pavements are being carved. I mean, children are going from holidays.
People who were outside, wanaitangwa aje wenye wanakuanga nje wakitoka kwa country.
Wanaitangwa aje, exiles, wanaitangwa refugees.
Si refugees. When they were in the country and then wakaenda abroad. Diaspora. People in the diaspora. Yeah. And now coming back to the country to invest their wealth because wameona enyewe there is literally change. Yeah. We can grow out of here. So those are two case examples that I can say the military was used well. It's okay.
Oh, Sasa.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, we are not. Yeah, so those are examples you can say military has been used very well. But just as you've said, there is nothing, all these people answer to one chain of command. And who's the highest bidder on the chain of command?
The president.
The president. I'm telling you, nothing that can jeopardize national security, that can sabotage his political security can happen without him knowing. Why did the abductions happen? Because they were sabotaging his political security. And to some extent, it was growing to affecting the national security. Because now, with such things happening, I'm pretty sure the national intelligence was on high alert. Because Western security agencies can ride on this to do terrible things in the country.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you can't tell if he didn't know.
I know. The funny bit from the get-go, from 1964 going on henceforth, the fight for politics and wealth has really just been revolving around the seat of the president's seat.
Yeah. And I think it's something it has been passed. Like, is it a mentorship thing? A mindset thing? I quite don't understand what it is. Because when you look from the first person who sat on that seat, how he controlled that seat was using political police influence.
Yeah. Actually,
to manage his affairs up there.
The national security, or rather
assassinations of other political
executive powers
and executive people. One person I quite loved in history, but is quite I don't know if it's controversial, but I like Raila's dad, Jaramogi Odinga. I wish I can afford his book. But then that's my birthday gift. If you can get me a birthday gift, I would love to read his biography. Really, from the little knowledge I have about him, I can say he would have been a good leader.
Yeah, actually, he really fought. Actually, he was actually the one political leader who actually had the balls to actually go against the president.
And how many? He resigned. Selling kwa seat 1963. Yeah.
I think 1963 or I think so.
1963. Sindo, that's when Kenya was declared independent.
Yeah.
And then 1964 it became a republic with him now becoming the president. Because earlier I think he was the prime minister or something. And then now he became president, I think, in 1964.
Yeah.
1966. Ade kukaa kwa hiyo kiti. You know, he was the vice president. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga.
Oh, really?
He was the vice president. 1966 he resigned.
From being the vice president?
Yep. 1967, he opened his own political party that was banned.
PP something.
Yeah, PPU, People's
Union.
Party Union. Yeah. PPU, yeah. And then 8 months later, it was banned. Yeah. And then later on in 1968, it was declared that Kenya is it's not a one-party state. Yes, it was multi-democracy, but only acknowledged two political parties, with the dominant party becoming KANU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. And also to put context on part of it, maybe he might have had weaknesses and all that. Bildad, I think also Bildad was part of people who actually really also fought, or rather went against what is it called, who actually also went against the president, and they actually had the balls of steel. Just to put context, this was the time whereby speaking against the president was nigga, it was like
it was a sin. That was a death penalty on yourself.
Death sentence in actuality. But Nani Oginga Odinga, he went on ahead and he actually really fought for the people. That was the time I think Patel was also like an Asian.
Yeah, Piu Gama
Patel or something.
Piu Gama Pin.
Something, something of the sort. He used to stay in South Sea. Was actually assassinated just for the very reason of actually standing firm with going against the president's ideologies and all that.
Yeah. And look at a brilliant mind, Tom Mboya.
Yeah, Tom Mboya. I mean, he was actually the one man who was actually to take kuchukua usukani, but as a result of someone having the executive powers in his pocket, he went on ahead and actually assassinated him. Yes, they went on ahead, denied nini and all that, but at the end of the day, we all know what actually really happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just before we get there, I know we're gonna get there soon enough. Taking back to the 5 things you mentioned,
inner savagery, need to impress, fear, loyalty. That's it.
And I think loyalty hapo ndo ukongelelea
charismatic,
being charismatic,
the leader being charismatic.
I think now things are starting to place in, things are starting to add up pole on specifically in hindsight what actually was actually happening.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking here, what the colonists really did, prior 1897, Africa was spiritualists.
Yeah.
So it was rare really to find, it was there, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
It was there, but it was on rare occasions that you find Africans being involved in corrupt activities, or rather theft and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was quite heavy punishment on such actions.
Yeah.
I feel then something on 1890s, when the colonials came in, all they really did was to empower the inner savagery of the African people.
Yep.
And how best to do that than to normalize corruption and foster it for their interests.
Yep.
Because look at it in this sort of version. I always want this country to constantly be dependent on me. How best can I do it? Or how best can I destroy it? Is by constantly ensuring that these individuals are constantly still dependent on me.
Yeah.
How best can we do that?
Yeah.
By ensuring that evil thrives.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because as long as evil is thriving, as long as corruption is thriving, as long as people are gonna ahead and stab each other, it automatically means that as long as that's gonna happen is as long as I'm gonna go on ahead and still have the upper hand.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna go ahead and forward kidogo. I don't know why, but the CIA came in mind. I remember there was this particular time, I think it was the swearing in on I don't know which president. Because I feel at the end of the day, hakuna mzuri.
Hakuna.
From Kenyatta to Ruto to Kibaki. Yes, Kibaki alifanya projects, but hakuna mzuri. Everyone fostered their own interest. Yep. Everyone served, at the end of the day, served their own interest. Never the interest of the people.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I feel like looking back now to the CIA being present in the inauguration of the Nini, it automatically means we haven't really quite dealt with the injector of the inner sovereignty.
Oh my God, we haven't. We are far from it.
Far from it.
There are decisions that are being made in big tables right now. Policies that are going to affect our education. You know, acha nisiseme hiyo kwanza sahi until it happens. Hiyo nitasema off camera.
Okay.
Yeah, policies that are going to affect our education. Policies that are going to affect our trading deals as a country. Policies that are affecting our security. Do you know they have to confront the white man?
Oh, really?
Really? Really? You can't tell me you're putting a policy. There was this policy. Just an example here, trade. Kenya was part of a committee. Was it in 2023 or 2024? Either of those 2 years. I want us every time when we make references to things, after tumemaliza hii, utakuwa unaziweka hapo chini kwa YouTube.
Okay, no promises though.
Utakuwa unaziweka. Tusiambiwe hapa sijui utaweka hapo, uta-attach. I'll find the link and send it to you. I saw it on IG. So Kenya was part of there's a trade deal between Kenya and America. It's called, is it the AGOA? Yes, AGOA agreement. Trade agreement. So Kenya was part of a committee where included countries like Rwanda, Burundi, African countries, Uganda. Which other country was there? Was Malawi there? I think Malawi was also there. To ban the import of mitumba, hizi za Gikomba, and start now manufacturing, to not receive these second-hand clothes. Do you know Kenya had to withdraw?
Oh, really?
Kenya withdrew because America came back and told them, by the way, we have an agreement with you that expires in 2026. You can't do that.
Damn.
An example of how policies that can be of benefit. Because let me tell you right now, young people in Kenya are starting to build their craft. I can use an example of a beauty product. Their company is called Sanora. I actually like them a lot from TikTok. Kenyan made products, safe on the skin. They make it. There are other trade cloth lines that are growing. There's this one for this lady, Chris, Eco. I'm trying to remember her brand name. I'm seeing it on IG. Icon ya K. Chris Njoki. Her online. These are brands of young people that can be promoted, making their own clothes, even if it means now, selling them in the market, rather than on depending on Mutumba. But actually, Mutumba makes a lot of money than the money we spend on buying normal Kenyan clothes.
Damn.
When you buy that top on 30, 50, 60 bob, there are people who are driving Range Rovers because of that business.
Of that Mutumba, it's a very lucrative business.
Yeah. Something as simple. Unashanga mitumba. Unakataje mitumba iuzwe. Can tell you how much influence the white man still has on how our country is being run.
So in short, at the end of the day, what you're saying is that it's still the white man that's actually still advocating for the waywardness. And it's still the white man who's still financing it.
Still financing it.
In order to actually go on ahead and serve their vested
interest
that they actually have in this specific continent.
Exactly.
Yes, they chose to step out but they really never stepped out.
They really never ever stepped out. They didn't.
Because here's the interesting thing that I'm slowly coming to also realize. I mean, this evil became so rampant that chiefs were actually taking advantage of widows who were tax exempted.
Yep.
Back in the colonial period, because the chiefs are the one who were actually selected to represent specific areas. They went. Your camera is still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
They are still the ones that actually how can I call it? They actually I wonder.
Ni yangu.
Ni yako? Ni switch off?
Switch off.
Okay. Oh, it's an alarm or something. So, what am I saying?
They were exploiting the widows.
Yes, it's the evil was so rampant to the extent whereby they're actually exploiting the widows in the community who are actually tax exempted.
Yeah.
And the sad bit about it, when people actually went to complain to the colonialists, who are the white men, no action was taken. It's like they tolerated it because they still wanted it.
Yeah.
Because as long as it still was there, as long as corruption was there, as long as people were being taken advantage of, as long as evil still thrived, it automatically meant that they're still in control. And from the get-go, that's the basicity of what they actually wanted from the get-go.
Yeah.
Because it started going there.
Yeah.
It infiltrated, taking advantage of the widows.
Yeah.
People being falsely accused.
Yeah.
Because now the police system now becoming, the inner savagery. Now it was a combination of the inner savagery and the need to impress.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you want to impress in order to be promoted by the colonialists. It's still the same shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
The only thing has changed is only documents, but in real sense, core ground,
nothing has changed. Nothing.
It's like it's still the same system.
Yeah.
It's still the same the system of reward. What is it called? Scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's still the same.
But in the long run, there is no scratch your back, I scratch yours with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because in some sense, there's still some power they control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see, for example, why would our president, after it has been said over and over again, we don't want LGBTQ to be legalized, but now it's an open party. We can do it. People can indulge and engage in it. Yeah? And now legal frameworks are now starting to be made towards it, because for a policy, for something to become law or a policy, it also has to pass through the head of state. So something, for example, that Donald Trump will say on X, for example, this is just an example. No, let me not use Trump as an example, because a powerful country, let's say there's no country like this one, I'm just making a country. Mahala is the supreme country of planet X. The head of Mahala texts on the app Reddit and says, by the way, I'm coming to bomb Shanu, and there's nothing you can do against me. Do you know that that's a policy? Now the military has to work towards it because the head of state has said, we are coming to bomb you. That's it. There's nothing you can do. So when the head of state stands up and says, by the way, si hatuna shida kutolerate kitu, tunai-entertain na hatuna shida. Now in these 4 aspects, what do you think it will be? Is it the need to impress for him to get long-term goals or long-term reward for it? Is it threat? Or is it loyalty?
I think it's more of rewards, though.
It's more of rewards.
Because, look at it in this sort of way. So long as I keep on impressing you, so long as I keep on maintaining this power to actually go ahead and still benefit me, because you've already awakened the inner savage.
The inner savage.
And the inner savage will constantly want.
You'll want,
and maintain still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if really I want you to constantly always be at my knees, nigga, I'm gonna I'm gonna still ensure that you're still there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna ensure that this system is still in place.
Yeah.
Because look at it in this sort of way. How many people have really been advocating for money change for the police? But what has really been happening? It's like nothing is changing. But look at it in this sort of way. I mean, look at it in this sort of way. They saw a system that worked. I don't think in hindsight, I don't know if they had this in their mind that it's gonna work or something, but it worked because it's like from the get-go, we're not giving you enough remuneration, but you still want it to go ahead and execute.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Automatically, what's that gonna do to you? You're still gonna find illegal ways of actually maintaining it. Okay?
Yeah.
I still go ahead and ensure that this illegal means of maintaining it, I'm still in control of that.
Yeah.
So you're still where I want you actually to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's working. You're still gonna be in my pocket.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I still have power. Right?
Yeah.
You know, make sense?
Yeah.
I still have power. I allow you to do your own activities, but I also tell you, for you to go on ahead and you keep on doing your own activities, serve my interests, serve my vested interests. I mean, look at it in this sort of way. It's not a coincidence that Waititu just ended up in jail. In Lifkatu place, he stopped advocating for the vested interests of a particular man.
Yeah.
So automatically, still playing this game, still playing these cards at my hand of ensuring that I'm in the legality and I'm also in what is it called, in the system of ensuring that there's waywardness or backwardness. Hata tuko karibu kumaliza hata Josh. There's still waywardness or still backwardness. I still maintain both my footing.
Yeah.
So I still have everything is still working to my vantage point.
Yeah.
Everything is still working to how I want it to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it can't be like it's just coincidence. Waititu is just it's just like corruption has now been rampant. You know, we are finally jailed. An individual has actually been found in the land of Kenya because of corruption.
You can't even compare the money Waititu hadi alimaliza term moja. No, he didn't. Right. You can't even compare the money he purportedly stole during that time to the money people who have been dining and dining and dining and dining.
And can I tell you even a story? I was on my phone and I saw that for some random reason the president exposed at the Senate swindled over 100 and something million. In all honesty, we know that game, nigga. It's these people have stopped serving your vested interests. This is a colonial system. That they're still using it to still serve their interests because they saw it. They saw if I do not empower this individual, the police service or whichever entity that is, if I don't empower them to be able to actually do this or do that and do that, you know what I mean? I'll have them where I want them to be. So you can make sense?
Yeah.
Why will I let it go?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna still serve my interest on still being in power, and it's still gonna serve the interest of this master, of this unknown, on which you're gonna go ahead and touch them. Kina IMF. Sijui kina foreign countries hapa na pale nini who they think we are really so hooked up on Ruto and whatever is going on that we are forgetting them. There's a behind evil, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's a system that they saw it's working. Why would I let it go though?
Yeah.
I'm gonna still use it to my vantage point. I'm still gonna use it to serve my best interest. I mean, it's common math.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything, I think, coming may realize, and I think that people need actually to go on ahead and realize, is that any time a politician is exposing another politician, it automatically means one thing.
That person has stopped serving their vested interests.
It has nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
It has everything to do. And this, I'm speaking of a person. Yes. Maybe there hapa nataka kuingililia vizuri sana. Yes, we thank you. Thank you for exposing. Thank you for enlightening us. Again, nilikuwa nauliza hata God reason as to why we are talking so much on exposing things is because the first step to every revolution is enlightenment.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. that you're exposing to us what the president has been involved in. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
But we know, had he still been serving your vested interests, I don't think you will have been shouting, getting mouth here and left,
from the loudest mountaintop.
Right?
Nah.
From the get-go, we know, we have seen, we thank God that we went back to research more about what has been happening, because history tells you where you're going.
Yep.
History exposes the darkest evil that has actually been done.
Yep.
We know it is just a system, a colonial system that has been there in place, that you're still using it to actually go on ahead and pass your vested interest. So sorry, sir. We get it. We hear from you. We thank you for exposing whatever the president has been in Al-Shabaab, in this and this and this and that. Whatever. But we know that the reason as to why
you're doing that
is because
he's not serving your vested interest.
Same with another presidential candidate that I'm going to be very vocal about. Because the next bit, we are going to enter the judicial system.
Hey!
From the get-go. It's the same thing that I'm passing on a message to this individual. For 7 good years, you were in this judicial system, but nothing ever changed. It is still the same system that is still in place. Yes, things might have changed on paper. You know what I mean?
Like, I know what you mean.
Change things on paper.
Yeah.
But you and I both know what's really still going on.
Yeah.
Let's just not lie to each other. Yeah. It's a colonial system that worked.
Yeah.
And the worst of it all, if I can be honest with you, you see, back then they're called the African court representatives. It's still the same thing that was actually happening there. I actually have a friend of mine who is in the judicial system, and I remember actually having a conversation with them. Alikuwa ananiambia there's this woman who's really frustrated on a particular land case. And I asked the friend,
kwanza hiyo land
nikamuuliza what's really going on. Akaniambia, in the registry office there's only one person who's actually to register, because what the magistrate had instructed was actually gone ahead and do this and do that. You know what I mean? But for this to happen, you need to go to the registry office. They need to go ahead and print it. I'm not to accuracy, but it's only one person. So I asked them, what the hell is happening? Why is it one person? I mean, there are so many people out here without jobs. Why can't the judicial system actually go ahead and employ more and more people? But it's a colonial system of ensuring frustration. If there's no money in your pocket, it automatically means you're going to engage in illegal activities. And as a result of engaging in illegal activities, you're still going to be in my pocket. So akaniambia, it's a political thing. They don't want to release funds to the judicial system in order to still have them in their pocket. So I'm like, nigga, you were there for 7 good years. I'm not going to mention the name, but you're a presidential candidate. You are there for 7 good years. After the 7 years, the system is still the same. Yes, on paper, you're telling us nonsense here and there and that and that. But in reality, vitu kwa ground, they're still the same. What's really going on, sir? Are you still the same individual that actually wants, you actually want to go on ahead and still come to that ballot box? And you're the same individual who actually had powers to swindle or rather change things, but you chose not to. Because people are still crying out, because they're still being taken advantage because of various land issues.